Oh, my hearties, a very good evening to you. It's just me, Scottie McClue, and the time is 9 o'clock. Lovely to have you with us, and a big dinky-do to every single one of you. Welcome to our Saturday evening pop-up. This is when we have 1 hour of superb. I'm just tidying up our bunny here because a tiny, tiny bit of fluff apart. So apparently we've got 1 hour of superb scintillating information, education and entertainment for not just one nation, but for every nation. So I hope you'll come and join us as quickly as possible. Deadpool, Dinky-Doo, how are we? Lovely to have you with us, I say to you. Now then, a big warm welcome to everybody who's joining us tonight. Tell us where you're watching from, and we will get chit-chatting, I say to you. That's what it's all about. Now, we've got a picture on the YouTube tonight. We didn't have one last week, and it caused a stushy. But we're back in business, I can tell you. Can you see me and hear me? That's what it's all about. Hi, Scotty. God bless you, brother. Dinky-Doo, Ben. Share this. Thank you very much, Ben. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 that Scottie McClue is live big style. And it's actually happening just for you right across the internet. Thank you very much, Ben. And lots and lots of likes. Very, very important. Makes a huge difference, I can tell you. So there we are. So the Deadpool's joined us. Lovely to have you with us. And welcome, welcome. I say always a good thing. And get subscribing if you haven't subscribed. And get following if you haven't followed. There we go. Now, what have we got here? Don't know what you mean by that, Captain. You'll have to explain yourself. Hi, Scotty. It's David Dinky-Doo. Hello, David. So glad you could join us tonight. This is excellent. You're a gentleman, sir. I always smile when I come across you live. Lumpy. You're very, very kind. Hello from your hometown of Greenock. Liam, we love it. We love Greenock, the green oak tree. And I'm proud to be a branch of the green oak tree. Did you like that? Negan's joined us. Dinky-Doo, Negan. Hello, Scotty, he says. And that is wonderful. Are you a Sydney Devine relation? No, but I'm a big Sydney Devine fan. And I interviewed Sydney on BBC Radio Scotland. Marvellous man. So there you are. Now, where was he from? He was from Lanarkshire. And he wasn't from, I think he was from Cleland in Lanarkshire. Yes, come on, the Greenock. Do you like Bananarama? I don't just like Bananarama. I love Bananarama. I tell you. Now, who have we got here? Cleland. That's right, Andy. Yes, he was a Cleland man, Sydney. And one of my old bosses came from Cleland. So that's two people I knew from Cleland. And I actually went to Cleland when we were doing a day out one day from the radio station. So there you have it. Phones tonight, Scotty. We might do, Ben. Yes, not right now, but in a little bit of time, I think we will do the phones. I want to get some proper chat going. We, of course, are, hi, Scotty from Bishopton. Johnny boy, you know, we love the Bishopton. Fantastic. I used to drink in the Golf Inn. Bellside, Cleland. Yes, that's it. Hey, Dinky-Doo, Owen, thank you very much. You're very kind. I tell you that, bro. All the bros are on, the bros and the dudes. Is that not just amazing? I tell you, high five, bros. Yes, indeed, dab me up, big style. Now, what have we got here? Deadpool, thank you very much, Deadpool. You're very, very kind. There we are. Hi, Scotty from the Bishop of Briggs. Nearly Christmas, sir, not long. You're a little bit early for Christmas, but I see where you're coming from. I tell you. Big Eric from the golf. Yes, Johnny. Lovely man. Big Eric. Eric and Margaret, they were just delightful. I tell you. Foosier Doos for Cracked Pandrips, fit like the day, and they ran a wonderful, wonderful hostelry. I can tell you. There we go. Now, what have we got here? I love banana drama. So there we are, David. Banana drama, David. Well, you'll get plenty of that on here, I tell you. There we go. R.I.P. the SNP. Oh, I doubt that very much. You know, the SNP may have had a little bit of a challenge, but remember, Scottish Labour were in the wilderness for, 17 years or something. We never heard a peep out of them. The de-influencer, did you ever work with Keith McCLUE? Yes, I did. Keith and I worked very closely together at Red Rose Radio. And I also worked with Keith at Border Television because he used to do a rugby program called The Union and the League. So there you are. So I remember that as well. Yes, Keith and John Smale. Bring back Scottie on Scott FM. The SNP don't come back from this. Of course they'll come back from it. The SNP have come back from everything over 90 years. So, get looking at what the SNP have done for you. Look at what the Tories have done for you. And, let's get the scales. I tell you, glad to have got you live, Dinky-Doo. I tell you, hello, Scottie. Hello, everybody. Amy's with us. Hello, Amy. Lovely to have you with us. And if you need some new window glazing, Scottie, do you have any recommendations? Well, Mr. Miyagi, we had a wonderful chap on here last week, and he actually did them. He operates out of Clyde Bank. So there you go. Fanoom, Dinky-Doo Fanoom, wonderful to have you on here. Steve's here, Dinky-Doo, Scottie, Numpty Heed. Happy New Year, Scottie. Yes, when it comes, Numpty Heed. Do you remember we used to say that? Happy New Year when it comes. And we used to say that usually on Hogmanay. So you're a wee bit early. Let's see if we can get that wee bit of fluff off there. It was a lovely lady who told me, she said, Scottie, see if you've got fluff in your bonnet. It looks huge. Everybody can see it, and it's tiny. I can barely see it myself. So there we are. Welcome, Numpty Heat. We enjoyed your call. Pardon me. Sorry about the cough, guys. It's a leftover from the lurgy. Dinky-Doo, Scottie, my grandmother, Linda, is from Kirkcaldy. Kirkcaldy. Kirkcaldy in Fife, Ken. I tell you. Good tidings, McClue. PC Dunbar, lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo to you, I say to you. I remember you reading the news on Grampian. John Donnelly, you can't possibly. That was 40 years ago. Here's a lovely, lovely one here. Art by Ashley. And Ashley says, I'm from Harris. Are you a Herroch, Ashley? Yes, indeed. I would say, Kamaraha Umaha Hakama. Lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo. So there we are. I saw some pretty nasty clips about the things you said in your radio show. Jaffa Muncher. I've never said a nasty thing in my life. I might have told the truth and you wouldn't like it because it would have guilt tripped you. Do you know what I mean? But we've never said anything nasty. I can't tell you. There we are. Scottie the David's talking about banana drama. So there we are. He's an imposter. I tell you. Well, we shall see. We shall see about that. All right, Numpty. So there we are. Now, yes. I think what I'll do, I'll dump this guy, guys. And if there's a problem, I'll tell you what I could do, actually, which might be quite good. Yes, there we are. I'll do that and see how things are going. Is that right, David? Can you still get in touch with us? I tell you. Now, who have we got here? Hello from the Lead Hills. Hello, Sofunda. Lovely to have you with us from the Lead Hills. I love the Lead Hills. Wanlock Head, the reading room. How long ago did they stop mining for lead in the Lead Hills? Do tell us. Is that a horse behind you? King William III's horse? No, now, King William. Are you talking about William from Holland? He was a baddie guy, so be careful. I've spoken to people at the Orange Lodge and said, take that man off your banners. He's a bad, bad man. And he pulled his money out and left the Scots to die in Darien. The Darien scheme in the Isthmus. The Isthmus, I tell you. Hello from Atlanta, from the United States of America. Shane, how lovely to have you with us from the US of A. We just love this, guys. This is fantastic. I tell you. Hello, all, says Nigan. Nigan, Dinky-Doo. So good to have you with us. Now, is that horse? No, that's Pegasus. My father was a paratrooper. There's AJ says, I'm from Blackpool, Scottie. AJ, no finer place to come from. I tell you, William of Holland ordered the Glencoe massacre. He did. When was that? Was that 1692 that he did that? Bad man. And he had no right to that, but he was also a baddie in his own. Do you know what I mean? Scottie, say hi to everyone that kens me. Professor Numpty, that would be almost everybody in the world, I think. And apparently there are 8 billion people in the world. And somebody told me the other day, they said there are 80 million people now living in this country. Is that not amazing? Count Murcielago, Dinky-Doo, Scottie, hope you're keeping canny. Poland's hot. Well, it's that good to hear from you, canny man. I'll tell you, canny lad. Fantastic. Count Murcielago from the northeast of England, from Newcastle, and he's from Jarrow, I think. Is that right, Murcielago? You're the Count of Jarrow. I tell you, there we go. I'm a McLeod. Thanks for the Gaelic. How lovely, Ashley. So there you are. Was the Gaelic okay? I tell you. Sure, Scottie. Done YouTube agus TikTok. I'll tell you. Dinky-Doo, Scottie, I hope you're keeping it. Yes, I absolutely. No, all is well. Do you remember me? Of course we remember you. Reese has sent me a red rose. I love your videos, says Reese. Yes, guys, get watching all the Scottie McClue videos and share. I tell you. Hello, it's Najib from Mandera in Kenya. Good to see you, my favorite, Najib. Jambo, I say to you, Jambo. Lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo. Yes. Now, what else have we got? Oh, and what did I get the other day? I got thank you in Swahili. I thought, what a beautiful language. Not Jarrow. You called me Jara John. Says, all right, so you're not a Jara man. I take that back, John, although it's a fine thing to come from Jarrow. You know, the gentleman of the Jarrow Crusade in the 1930s, when the government had starved them. Talking of starving and governments, now, we don't really do any politics, as you know, on here. We steer clear of all that. But I was seeing something on social media about school milk. Now, do you remember when we all got a third of a pint of milk at school across Britain? And Margaret Thatcher stole it. She thought, we can do without the children having any nutrition. So she took the milk away. Now, it was said that it was a source of calcium to stop people getting the bow legs, the rickets, in the 1950s, after the Second World War. Anyway, I need to check the history of school milk. But anyway, what really hit me about this was all the complaints. Ooh, horrid stuff. Ooh, it smelled. I didn't like it. Ugh, I still can't take milk. And I thought, these people have no gratitude in their life. I know there are wee ones around nowadays whose parents have to go to food banks. And, and I mean, this has been caused. This is political. And their wee ones would love a third of a pint of milk during the day. So there we are. So tell us. There's Murcielago at it. The milk was always warmed and smelled gross. You see, I don't have any memory of that. I remember it was brilliant. It was always cool or cold because it was outside in the winter. Sometimes there was a wee bit of ice on the top. So there you are. Back in Okinawa, says Mr. Miyagi, we have our own milk. Lovely. We like that. Thatcher ruined it all, says David. Maggie Thatcher, the milk snatcher. Yes, she did. She did, David. She caused a lot of damage. But there's been a lot of conservative damage since 1965 beaching. You know, I mean, that was the beaching cuts to the railway. Yes, indeed. England took over the Netherlands as the most densely populated country in the world. John, they did. And it's also a wee bit of an insult to call them the Netherlands, meaning the kind of non-lands. I tend to just talk about Holland and the Low Countries. What about the Benelux countries? Yes, indeed. That would be Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg. So there we are. I tell you. Now, what have we got here? Is there any stuff from your STV night shifts on YouTube? KJA, I don't know. I shall look into that. I think we do have some stuff. So there you go. Is that King William's horse who defeated the Catholics? Well, you see, I think we need to celebrate not King William because he was bad news. But James, he was married to James II's daughter, although William was actually on the other bus. So he wasn't really in the business, but they thought they'd better get him married. But there were no heirs produced, you see. He had no heirs or graces. Anyway, he was married to Mary, but what happened was they dictated that when he came over, he would no longer be an absolute monarch. And that was what they called the Glorious Revolution, 1688, 1689. And people will argue that we don't have a constitution in this country, but we do. And our constitution is the Bill of Rights. And we have to watch nowadays that the Bill of Rights is not contravened by Parliament, because Parliament has been entrusted with the rights of the people, and the monarch is no longer absolute in power. He lets Parliament represent the people. So we need to get back to getting all that working properly, I tell you. There we are. Now, who else have we got here? Hi, everybody, and a warm welcome. Are you able to take calls, Murkylago? We'll not take calls just now, Murkylago, because I want to get everybody's comments in. And I feel people are so good at commenting that when a caller comes on, obviously the caller might be on for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that sort of thing. And, you know, we don't get all the comments in. And I feel sorry for the people who are desperately trying to get their comments in. So there we go. The lead mining stopped in 1929. Guys, that's amazing. Is this not beautiful? A bit of Scottish history there. They stopped mining the lead in Lead Hills in 1929. So, Fonda, I wonder, was there any reason for that? So there you are. There's Leova says, Scottie, you are my favourite. You are very kind. I thank you. The Labour Tory, there's no difference nowadays. No, there isn't. And I even question the so-called democracy, because we've had two so-called democratic, what did you call them when the referenda? Is it referenda? Is that the plural? Referenda. And both of them ended up with the wrong answer that the people wanted. So we ended up coming out of Europe. I am a wee bit skeptical about going back in now at the moment, mind you, because Europe has changed. It's gone from being economic to political. That's always bad news. So there we are. Yes, David, absolutely. I know what you mean. I thought I'd pop on and say hello, Karim. How lovely to have you with us. I think you should pop on and say hello. We always enjoy your calls. But tonight, can you see where I'm coming from? There's just so many people wanting to get on. Guys, make sure you've subscribed on the YouTube channel. And also, there are some movies for you guys on the YouTube channel. And one that's very popular is The Fourth Protocol. I would suggest everybody has a look at that. Everybody. So there you are. Get following, guys, if you've just joined us. A big dinky-doo. Let's get all the followers on the live. Anything on the telly tonight? Olympics finished. Any football, any rugby, any hockey? So there you go. I tell you. Scottie, it feels like winter. It is quite cool, Kareem. I think that's the wind, though. If you can stay out the wind, mind you, you're a dog man. And if you're walking the dogs, they do have to stay out the wind. I used to think it was amazing I got wrapped up for 29 years out walking Labradors. I tell you. And watch Newcastle United today. Absolutely, Steve. Is there any football on at the moment? We don't want to take the audience away from the telly, but guys, television's dying. And it's a shame. I'm a kind of child of television. I've had a lot of pleasure over the years watching television. So there we go. Scottie, I'm thinking of getting 3 rabbits, says David. David, why 3? Why not 1? Scottie, sadly, I feel this will be the last winter for one of my dogs, Kareem. I know what you mean. And Kareem, what I would say from my own experience, and you do this anyway, stick closely to them and just keep giving them your love. Because I can remember saying, come with me always, even on the most difficult of journeys, because they are made so much easier because you are there. That's the way the dog thinks. And when some people, when the dog comes to the end of its life and they have to go into the vets and the owner thinks, I can't handle this, can I leave them with you? That's when the dog needs you most. The last thing that little Lord Clyde heard was his daddy's heart. So, you know, after he'd had the injection, I snuggled him to my heart and his wee head went down. Count Markilago, I was pleased to watch your war movies, the last one about the heavy water in Norway. Do you know, Count Markilago, I, as a child, watched that one, The Heroes of Telemark, and I watched it as a child with my father. And I said, what is it they're making, Dad? And he went, heavy water. And then I realized he was there. He was dropped into Norway at the time, and I was watching that movie with somebody who was there. I tell you. And they freed up. I just saw the picture the other day of my father. It's dated. It's Sola Airport in Norway, 1945, I think it is the date. May 45, whatever. Anyway, I looked the date up, and it was the exact date that the airport was liberated by the paratroopers, and my father among them. And then when I looked closely at the picture, there was a great lineup of Douglas Dakotas. And that was obviously the order to get the paras out. Now you've secured the airport. Because the paras would be a very valuable commodity in warfare, theatre of war. Who have we got here? Amen, Scottie, absolutely. Kareem, bless you. The Gambit, my name's Remy, but you can call me the Gambit. Right, Gambit, we'll call you Gambit. Robert, the wonderful Robert. Scottie, how the devil are you? Which state did America buy? And you've put in 189. So I don't know what you mean by that. Have you changed it? 1803, which substantially increased its size by a third. 1803 was Oklahoma. I wonder. So there you go. Paras are hard, guys. They are. And my father was a very hard man, but he was such a gentleman. He was quietly spoken, beautifully spoken, great big handsome guy, 6'2", 6'3", something like that. And absolute gent. And he never told you anything about the war. You had to prize it out of him. You know, I said to him, what's that? How do you know all this? He went, well, I was there. So there we go. It's so sad when we lose our pets. Susan is my darling. Yes, it's a tough one. Professor Nupteed says the red arrows flew over my head last Saturday. Well, they would fly over your head, Nupteed, unless you were several hundred feet, several thousand feet tall. You know, that's how it works. When I see that sign that says low flying aircraft, and I think, well, what do? Do you take your cap off? I tell you, I lost my job. Not a pet, but it must feel the same. I'm sorry, Scottie. No, Ben. No. Listen, the beauty is that the pet has been with us. And I mean, I can't complain. There's Lord Reith. Lord Reith was 13 and a half. Lord Clyde was 14 and a half. You know, so there's 28, 29 years, whatever we had them. Now, the remarkable, Scottie, that's what I find fascinating about Poland. There's still so many buildings with battle scars. What we see on the internet, and this is where the internet can be so wonderful, you see pictures like Paris, the Eiffel Tower, and there's tourists standing. Then they show you a picture of during the Second World War, and Hitler is standing in the photo looking at the Eiffel Tower. So you never know who's stood where we are standing. I tell you, labs can live to a very long age. My girlfriend's dog was 14 and a half. And my mother's uncle's dog was about 16 or 17. Robert, they must have looked after them well, though, because I remember somebody saying, if you can get Labradors past 8, you're doing very well. So I was quite chuffed because, as you know, Lord Clyde had what did he have? A fibrocartilaginous embolism. Now that's medical talk for a wee stroke of the leg. And he used to hop up in the chair and then pull the leg up after him. And he had a strange gait on him, strange walk. Well, not strange, I mean, he just walked with a bit of sort of, all that, you know, incredible. I thought I was going to lose him when he took that, and he lived on. The people were miserable, rude, and unhelpful. Would rather have gotten directions from the devil himself. Shane, where is this? I did not enjoy Poland when I visited from Atlanta. Well, Shane, I'm so sorry you had that experience. Marco Lago, maybe tell us. Evening, Scottie, take the bonnet off. Alan McGee, you always say such a silly thing. Don't waste your time. Why would we take the bonnet off? You know, Scottie, you are my favourite. I thank you very much. Right. Who have we got? Now, Jaffa Muncher, you're talking out of your backside. I bath in Epsom salts, says Kevin. Oh, I don't know about that, Kevin. I would need to check that one out. I love you. Thank you, Silly. Who have we got here? Hi, Scottie. Is this Scottie McClue from Real Radio back in the day? Yes, Badmo. Tis me. Tis me, I tell you. We love that. A diet iron brew or full fat iron brew. Well, I don't do diet anything because they've cut down on the sugar, but is there sweeteners in, I tell you. Can you swap bonnets and put the brown tweed one on? Guys, Alan McGee wants McClue to change bonnets. Now, I'll show you the other one, and then you can decide. There's the other bonnet, and there's the one I've got on. Which one do we prefer? Right, I will go on the feedback. I tell you. So there we have it. Now, who is this yapper? I don't know, Oscar. Is it you? Are you the yapper? There we go. You sound like a yapper to me. Scottie, could we meet for lunch? I'd love to hear your story and become friends. So there you have. Was Robert the Bruce good? Yes, Bruce was a good man. And, one of the reasons, this is where your declaration of our birth came in April. Was April the 6th, 1320. I think it came in. Robert the Bruce was crowned at Scone in 1306. But he was hunted down because, you see, Rome wanted to run Scotland. Rome wanted to run everything. As you know, you go back a couple of thousand years, the Romans were here. And that's where we got a lot of our roads, the old military roads, Londinium, Ebor, York, Dunelm, Durham. And then they tried to keep the Picts out with the Antonine Wall. They had Hadrian's Wall. The Emperor Hadrian built the wall right across from Carlisle to Newcastle to Wallsend, you see. So you had that. And then they tried to contain people. So they were the Romans brooked no opposition. They were tough guys and they drove a hard bargain. But they had a job controlling the Scots, so they got out of Scotland pretty sharp. Once the Scots get their place and get their head, very difficult for people to keep them down. So even going on 1,300 years, Rome still wanted to keep a bit of a grip on Scotland, the Vatican. And they wrote to the Pope, the aristocrats wrote to the Pope in 1320, said, can we choose our own king? And that was it. They wanted to keep Robert the Bruce. So we chose the king. So the Scots have their own king, and that's why the Scots need to be 100% behind their king. God save the king. Now, who have we got here? Do you own a tam o' shanter, Scottie? Talking about the hat, not the famous Burns poem. My father would have a tam o' shanter, I think, for the army as well as his Glengarry. I like the one you have on, Scottie, says Susan. Well, we'll keep that, Susan. We need what we need is Alan McGee to tell us why he wanted a change. The problem is I have many friends who've had a dreadful experience with the local Polish criminals in Atlanta, says Shane. So there we are. David says, open the phones. We're going daft here. Well, David, some of us might be daft to start with. I tell you. Have you not got your tam o' shanter, John? No, I've not got it handy. I've got this one. I mean, this is quite flash. This is really more of a motoring hat. I mean, I'll let you see it, I'll give you a wee preview. So, I don't know what you think of that one. That's a high old hat. And you see, you would wear this in your Model T. Now, if you were on an early motorcycle, a Douglas, or an Indian, you would maybe put it round like that, you see? You get the idea, And you could also, you see, you can lower your flaps. Have you ever lowered your flaps? You see, there's my flaps lowered. I don't know what you think of that. I look like a red setter. So that's quite good as well. Yes. Now, what have we got here? Depends where you go in Poland, but I am fortunate having a Polish wife and know the good from the not so good. All places have good and bad places, and not everyone is polite, no matter where you go. Good one, Marculago. Absolutely. Numpty Head, I would have a drink of beer if I was you, pal, says David. I'm very sorry, Count, but I do not think I will be going back to Poland anytime soon. Shane, that's a shame, because I hear great things about Poland. No, I wouldn't go back to Poland, says David. There we are. A man was very rude to me and my niece. Alan says, Scottie, can you ask your viewers if any of them remember the lovable lassie? Yes, indeed. Deserve to remember the lovable lassie. But Alan, you need to tell us why you were, asking about the bonnet. And do you like the one I've got on? So there we go. Deserve to remember the lovable lassie. I feel outnumbered tonight. I'm one female on here, says Susan. Susan, not at all. I think there's probably a lot of ladies listening, but they don't necessarily comment. I think there might be a bit of that. There's David. Make way for the King's God. I'll just shut my flaps. There we are. That's better. Oh dear, it's not easy to shut your flaps. That's it. Right. How's that, guys? Does that look a bit better? I also found there was nothing to do in Poland. There was only drinking and visiting an old Nazi camp, which I didn't really find interesting. Well, Marky Lago, what are we thinking of all this? I ask you, right, I'm going to change back to the other hat. Oh! What about that, guys? Is that not just it and a bit? We'll have a sip of water. Oh! So there we are. That makes you, what's this one, Amy? That makes you unique, Susan, says Amy. Scottie, you look like you're about to shoot grouse on the glorious 12th. With the other hat, yes, indeed, beating the grouse. You'd have to fly at some speed to beat the grouse. There we are. And yes, that's right, the glorious 12th, which we had last week. The glorious 12th. And I can remember reading the news on border television on the glorious 12th, 1985. Join my team. Guys, what we've done, we've put, if you're feeling flush, feel free to put a wee something in there. You don't have to. And we've also put one car up. If somebody was like mega flush and wanted to buy a huge present, just one. I've always wanted to do that. Put up maybe, a 1,000 red roses or something, because they're nice and small. And then I've put up one car just to see if anybody very flush went, oh, good, I can afford to give Scottie that. That would be an absolute hoot. And then we can start to, I don't want to talk in front of the equipment in case it takes the huff. You know what I mean? Go the last 20 minutes bunnetless. Why would I do that, Alan? Why would I do that? I don't quite understand. Would you say to a ventriloquist, do the last 20 minutes without any puppets? Do you see what I mean? Would you watch a puppet show on the telly and go, don't do any puppets? Would you say to a pianist, do the last 20 minutes without playing? How very strange. I had a fish tea earlier. Never again. I'll stick to the Darjeeling. Oh, numpty. I see what you just did there. You clever, clever man. A fish tea. I'll stick to the Darjeeling. Did you see my wee one about going into the doctor on the YouTube channel? Scottie, I watched a great movie from the 1980s last night. Aha. Very good, David. Yes. Scottie, I can't see the dollar sign either, but no, Steve. There's no dollar sign now. We've demonetized the YouTube channel. So I'm not making any money at all out of the YouTube channel. which is a shame because the channel's doing very, very well. You know, I tell you. And I think maybe somebody thought, oh, because what I did was I think I cracked the algorithm. And suddenly, very, very quickly, 38,000 people joined me one day. And the next thing is, that was it, demonetized, you know? So that was the end of that. So I'm not making any money from the YouTube channel at the moment, guys. So feel free to watch and think we're not helping Scottie at all here. It's brilliant. But we can watch the movies and look at all the videos for free. I tell you. Anyway, David says, Steve, who are you talking to? Where is Steve? Can't see him. Nice one, David. So there we are. Count McCLUE, Steve, David, do I really give a jot? Lol. Steve and David, what are they giving you, cheek? Count McCLUE says, Shane, it's not for anyone. We're all individuals who want something but don't always find it. Love it and won't be leaving. It's better than England for me. Good one, McCLUE. I tell you, that was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant, numpty head. People will love that. Scottie, how large is little Scottie? Little Scottie, do you mean the dog? I don't have a dog at the moment. So there we are. Who is Eliza and why is she mummy? There we are. I don't know. Why are you asking about little Scottie? Says David. So there you go. I accept your opinion, Count. However, I can understand why people hate Poland as they're not really on the world stage currently. Oh, but they are. Yes. In my honest opinion, Poland's failing economically and physically. Well, I don't think it is, Shane. I don't know where you're getting this from. Shane, you wouldn't like if somebody came to your state and started slagging it off, saying, I don't know why people come to America. You know what I mean? So there we go. Do you know where the sport curling started? Yes, I did used to know this. Was it in Perthshire? I tell you, it was up at Dunkeld. I tell you, check that one out. I say to you, they mined the lead for 300 years. So Fonda, they actually run out of lead in the lead hills? So there we are. Guys, am I right? Was curling invented in Perthshire? Have I got that right? It's a long time. 96.3 QFM, says Lex. Absolutely. Why don't you have subscriptions? Well, it's demonetized at the moment. So we'll have to wait. But I might not monetize it because there's so many kind of silly wee rules and regulations. If you're wanting up just a few pennies, I mean, I've never made very much from the YouTube channel. I've had some lovely, kind people have given me something. So there we go. I'm sure Poland's a lovely country. I just had a very unlucky situation. Shane, it sounds like it. So there you are. I mean, everyone's, can be a beautiful country. I tell you. Guys, we need everybody following. Has everybody followed? Everybody with a TikTok account should follow Scottie McCLUE. I tell you that. There's Polly Walnuts has just followed. Thank you, Polly. That's very, very kind of you. Now, there we are. What are we getting from David? Eliza, this is your one. Let's see what Eliza's up to. What we might do, we might just dump Eliza. Right, David, I think I've dumped Eliza. If she wasn't making any sense. We don't want any nonsense on here, so there you go. So what we've got there, I tell you. Encourage the viewers to share the live. Good day, Sir Scottie from South Africa. Dynamite. How lovely to have you with us from SA. This is just beautiful. We love it. Epsom salts are good for relaxing your muscles. Yes, they used to be very good for relaxing your insides. Real dandy motoring hat there, so Scottie. Did you like that dynamite, June? I tell you. Scottie, are you a supporter of reform? Well, there's kind of nothing else on the horizon that would bring politics back into line. You know, we've kind of had to just put up with what we've got. I mean, hardly anybody turned out at the election. You know, it was a kind of foregone conclusion they were hardly going to put the Tories back in. Although I think it might have been quite interesting to have put, if we weren't having reform, to have put the Tories back in and just watch them struggle on and see what they could do next. Do you know what I mean? I think that might have been an interesting one, but there you are. Amy says, I found Krakow very nice, very old city like Edinburgh, Prague, and York. Yes, Amy. So there we go. Now, very strange username. David says, turn on the phones, please. Shall we turn on the phones? Shall we take a quick call? Right. Who have we got here? Every day is the 12th of July. The glorious 12th. No, we're talking the 12th of August. It's not July. So I don't think there's anything happens on the 12th of July, but the 12th of August is the start of the shooting season. There you go. I hope you're well, sir. What do you make of the country nowadays? Genuine question, Romsey. I wouldn't even start. You know, I wouldn't even start. I tell you. You're still enjoying your dog walks when I don't have a dog, Marty. I remember you in the talk show, a great loss to comedy. Ah, so fonder, you're very, very kind. It's the millionaire Scottie. Oh, Jerry. Are you a celebrity or not? Well, that's a very big question, Peter. I'm known to 2 billion, but there are 8 billion in the world. So that means I'm only known to 20%. So is that celebrity? It's 2 billion. If they all turned up and gave me a tenner, it would be quite good. How about a diddly on the squeeze box for Scottie? We might do that. I remember meeting Prince Charles when he came shooting in Lead Hills. Aha! Very nice, the big Lanarkshire estates. You're a millionaire. Now you're picking up your mega pension. Well, Jerry, we don't pick up the pension. We'll just leave it where it is just now. Did you ever work with Jerry Mackenzie? Sadly, I didn't, but I loved his show. You know, a shake of the tartan tablets. Jerry Mackenzie. Very, very good for Radio Scotland. You know, I think Radio Scotland have missed a trick by not putting me on. There you go, and I'll tell them that. I think they should have Scottie McClue on at night across the whole of Scotland. Scottie, can I ask your thoughts on Labour and the treatment of the British public? No, because we're not going to go into politics, I tell you. Zaz says, I love you, Scottie. You're very good. Kilsyth. It started. What started in Kilsyth? My mother-in-law loved your show on Scott FM. Sharon, that was some show. I can tell you. My third great uncle was a piper in the Scottish Horse. He was killed in World War I in Gallipoli. Now, he would have played the pipes with my grandfather, who was in the Scottish Horse and was in Gallipoli in 1915. And he was a piper. Grandpa was a piper. He might have known your grandfather. He would have. Do you like tablet? Do you mean a tablet or tablet? I don't like tablet. I love tablet. I tell you. Is there no phone in now? Yes, Ross, there is a phone in. In fact, let's take a call. Let's take a call. Hello, you're live on Scottish Phone In. Who's that?
Hello, sir. My name is Remy Lebo.
Hello, sorry.
My name is Remy Lebo. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm doing good, Scotty. I got a question for you.
Question, yes.
Okay. Pick a number, any number, 1 to 2 for 10.
Right, got one.
Okay, now times it by 2.
Yes, got that.
Divide it by 3.
Oh, that's quite difficult. Right, okay.
You can take your time. Add on 10 to that.
Yes.
You are thinking of 37.
Oh, what a shame. I was thinking of 14. Thank you. There we are. Very nice. There we go. That one needs work, doesn't it? It needs to do a bit of work on that. I tell you, we love tablet. A poor turnout, yes, absolutely. Do you vote Labour or Conservatives? I'm apolitical. So there we are. I don't support any political party at all. I need to keep a nice, clear head. I tell you, so there we go. That's your answer. You should go on radio in Wales. Yes, now I haven't been on the radio in Wales. That's a wee thing I've denied myself. You're live on Scottish phone in. Who's that?
My name is Jonathan.
I think you've just phoned Jonathan, and I think you're at the nonsense. You're live on Scottish phone in. Who's that?
Scotty, it's David. You've been called all night on the actual YouTube. There's a lot of imposters that are actually evil people on your YouTube.
YouTube, right? You nip off, and I'll clobber them. So, what was the last thing that you actually said?
There's lots. Apparently, numpty about drinking, etc.
Right. Is that you? Is that you? Wait a minute. Hold on.
I didn't say that. There's people even.
Right. Wait a minute, David. Just hang on. Did you say get rid of that Elisa?
I don't know. I didn't say that. No, there's people saying.
Right. Now wait a minute. No. Hang on. This is serious. Did you say get rid of that Elisa? Completely disgusting.
No, I didn't.
Right.
No.
Okay. So that's a David. So I'm going to ban that one. Right.
There's people.
They've gone. Now.
I've got glasses on.
Well, wait a minute. Did you say turn on the phones, please?
I did.
Right, so that's you. That's okay. And are there any other Davids?
I say, Scotty, you're being conned tonight. You're being conned.
Oh, there we go. Right, they've gone, I think. So they should have gone now, David.
There's quite a lot of them, Scotty.
Well, wait a minute. Hang on. I'll go back. Let's see how we get. Just stay where you are.
And when we're talking, the phone it's crackling. Just let you know, is that okay?
No, there's only one I can see, David. That's
a bit strange. On my phone, it's all hacked.
No, they're not hacked, dear boy. They're just on the YouTube channel.
There you go. They've got my picture on my wall right now in my living room in my house right now. With me, the glasses, with a cardigan on, and a white t-shirt under it, a wee circle.
Yes, we've got that, but we've just banned them. There's only one.
Right.
He's away. So you go and have a look now, right now, at the chat, and you will not see any of them.
Right.
Right.
You be careful. Now, even Susan said earlier on what's happening here, including a guy says to me, David, you're right. The guy said, Scotty, open up the phone line, you're talking too much. The people want to see you, Scotty.
There we go. Absolutely. Right. How's that?
Right. So I'm not actually watching you. I'm speaking to you on the phone, son, you know.
You're on the phone, son. Listen, more importantly than all that nonsense, are you keeping well?
I'm good, son. You okay, son?
Yes. I was better. You know, I was poorly for a long time.
That's right. What happened, my friend?
Chest. I got a virus.
Oh,
and it's called, is it RSV? Right, something about respiratory something virus.
Well, I've got things like that. I've got COPD.
I couldn't get my breath and all that nonsense, you know, so I couldn't do any shows. And I had
So
to
you
go off
know,
my
okay,
work.
aye.
I had to go off my work for the first time in 50 years.
Did you get with that big hospital in Dublin? Did you go there? Aye.
No, I didn't go to that. No. I didn't want to go in there, no.
Did you go to the big Fall
It
Cup
was
one
too,
or
it was,
something?
no, I didn't go into the hospital because it's too, I couldn't go up the stairs.
Oh, son, your baby was bad, I understand that.
So that was it. I
you
was
know.
fighting for the bread, son. But anyway, it's lovely to hear you.
Are you too? But just let you know, see your calls, there's something over your calls, maybe about a wire, I don't know, it's a wee bit crackly, son, okay?
Well, it's good though. Let's not complain. At least we're in touch, you know.
Aye.
You know, I mean, remember, we're on a shoestring budget. Hey, Dinky-Doo, lad, lovely to hear you, and we'll catch up at some point.
Right, you take care, my friend. Okay,
You look
bye-bye
after
now.
yourself. Cheers,
Bye-bye,
Davey.
bye-bye.
You check that now and see what's what. Hello, you're live with Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
It's Scotty. It's the Jarrah from the Murcielago.
Oh, lovely to hear you, Johnny. Are you Dinky-Doo?
I'm just calming down a bit.
Lovely. You're calming down. No. Listen, don't you listen to any of that nonsense.
No, I've known you for too long, Scotty. You know, and you sometimes you pull in the wrong ones. You know, with the trouble from hard of listening. You know,
That the hard of thinking.
That's right. The hard of thinking. That's right.
Sorry, I'm
That's
going to
right,
have to
Scotty.
dash. We're out of time.
Oh, not to worry.
But you take great care of your dear self. It's also been a good show, though.
Yeah. I just wanted a quick word. You know,
And we send love to Poland.
Oh, honestly, if anyone can put Poland down, well, let them. But unfortunately, I know a different Poland.
No, you can't put Poland down. It's beautiful. Love you lots, mate. Yeah. Take care.
Okay, take care, Scotty.
Dinky-Doo. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
There we are. That's our Johnny. Oh. Who have we got here? Hello, you're live with Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
Hello, Scotty.
Hello.
My name is Michael.
Michael, I think you were on earlier with a different name. So there we go. Right, we have to dash now, guys. Lovely. Who we got? Did you ever do the Edinburgh Festival, Scotty? Yes, I was on Radio 4's Loose Ends with Ned Sherrin. Fantastic. Good night, Scotty. Night, Susan. Take care of you. Scotty, I've missed the shops. Numpty Head, you stay in Edinburgh. You've never missed the shops. Now, you're too young to remember, Numpty Head, the days when you would have missed the shops at 5 o'clock. Aha! There you go, Numpty Head, you see. What else have we got here? Shane says, speaking to my girlfriend, got into an argument with her the other week. She's not speaking to me right now, Scotty. Well, Shane, you don't get into arguments with the ladies, right? I'll tell you, they're very smart. So that's that. Remember, if you have an argument as a couple, and it's a man and a woman, a husband and wife, one of you is always right, and the other is the husband. See what I just did there? I tell you. So there we are. Anton says, Scotty, I can't believe you're still noising people up. Absolutely. Night, Scotty, and all night, Steve. Guys, thank you for a beautiful, beautiful show tonight. Stay fabulous. Hashtag stay fabulous. And from me, Scottie McClue, to every single one of you, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow me on the TikTok at Scottie McClue. Watch all the videos and watch the movies on the YouTube channel and subscribe. Dinky-Doo. Ta-ra, lads. Stick out your tongue and say ta-ta. Ta-ta.